Unsubscribe to most of my new subscriptions. I'm getting this in my, they had to take me off Facebook because of the integration of Facebook and all the noise in my head. I had to turn it off, remember? I understand that Mark and Priscilla can't control the scientific community and control all the mass murderers in the military. Okay. And that they're very, Mark and Cheryl do have huge ego problems, lots of, I look bad in shorts, most of us do, don't let that bother me. But that's what they use to manipulate you. The people, they'll gladly kill for me and my grandpa's money and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons. We can program like we're programming a video game and we can't get them to do anything they don't want to do. And everybody thinks that that's not happening to them. It's happening to somebody else, but not to them. I got that with my family all the time when I came back here because the people they go to church with that are in military intel, they can implant memories and program you and do all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, why don't they do it with you? How come you can't explain physics to physicists better than physicists can explain physics to themselves? And why don't they do that with everybody? How come everybody can't play basketball like Michael Jordan? How come everybody can't run as fast as Carl Lewis? How come everybody can't sing as well as Luther Vandross? How come everybody can't dance as well as Fayard and Harold? I love my calendar girl. You don't want to be a very exceptional human being on many facets. The people that are selfish hate you. You remember that on Flowers for Algernon with Cliff Robinson and Charlie? It was Charlie was the name of the movie, but the book was named Flowers for Algernon. That's right. Okay, sorry. Geniuses! Look out, it's a genius alert, right? And, but you want everybody to hate you. Hawking hated me, and I didn't even know who the fuck he was. Hitchings hated me, and I didn't know who the fuck he was. Well, I'm the guy like Jesus. They don't like Jesus. He thinks he's so smart. No, he doesn't. He knows he's not smart at all. We're judged by our deed. Submit to faith in the glory of God, and avoid being a genius, and you won't try to outsmart everybody with your phone, right? I love January starts the year out fine. February, you're my Valentine. March, gonna march you down the aisle. And April, I don't know what April is. I ain't heard that song. It's not one of my favorite Neil Sedaka's. My favorite Neil Sedaka song, I think, is Breaking Up. I like Laughter in the Rain. Yeah, I forgot. Laughter in the Rain, I think, is my favorite. Yeah. After a while, we run under a tree. I turn to her and she kisses me. Without an umbrella, we're soaked to the skin. I feel a shivering up my spine. I feel the warmth of her hand in mine. Ooh, I feel laughter in the rain, walking hand in hand with the one I love. Yeah, it's almost as good as that's Feel Like Making Love to You by Strolling in the Park, watching lovers do their thing. That's the time I feel like making love with you. That's the time I feel like making dreams come true. Oh, baby, while I'm touching you, wanting you with all my mind. Anybody else love that song? I love that song. I've heard Alicia Keys sing it, but I've never heard her sing it. I've heard her sing it in my head. I've never heard her sing it online. Yeah. She was playing the piano naked at the end of my bed. I swear Tupac did it. Who cares? Damn you, Tupac. She has a big crush on you. I do too. I want to be like Tupac, so she'll want to play the piano naked at the end of my bed, Fuck. Actually, when she did that, I was in pretty good shape, and I was pretty cute. And I was the bravest, most intelligent man on the entire planet. So it could have been a combination of me and Tupac, since Law said, what's your fantasy? Having two guys at the same time. Me and Tupac. I like Falling too. But she's the one who talked me into listening to all of, Bill Withers. Yeah. If it wasn't for Alicia Keys, I wouldn't have heard Harlem and Shit, what other songs did she get me? Listen to the whole album. And I went and listened to the whole album. I was like, yeah, that's that shit. I really like Harlem. Anybody else? Yeah. Sunday morning Harlem. All the what folks? The party people just getting home and the good folks just woke up Sunday morning. Honey, every delegation needs a contribution for the preacher to go to the Holy Land. That was my dad. It's a trip, man. It's like Tartuffe, you know. I think he's mad at Solomon because it's him. He's acting like he says Solomon is in the Bible. When I was young, man, my dad cut through Spencer J. Kimball's shit too. Not as good as me, but good. Ezra Taft Benson's, Paul Twitchell's and Darwin Gross and Harold Clamps. You know, he cut through their crap. Or one time he went to church with Linda and Jerry, right? And the pastor was sitting there in a brand new suit, right? He had a brand new Cadillac and was telling everybody about his trip to the Holy Land. And then at the end of the sermon, he thanked somebody put $100 in the collection plate, and Dad was all pissed off. Goes, I know it was Jerry. Okay, those guys die in that copper smelter. Okay. They work themselves to death, but they die a tired old man at 44 in that fucking copper smelter in those copper mines. And that motherfucker's up there sitting there with his new car from them, his new suit, and telling everybody. And my dad's sitting there thinking, honey, don't give your money to that lying, cheating man, right? But what happens is this, okay? When you study the book and you know the book inside and out, and everybody believes in that book and listens to that book and buys that magic real estate, you really believe God loves you best, like Charles Barkley's dumbass back in the Phoenix Suns. Yes, Charles, I was interested in y'all winning the championship because my mom's a big basketball fan and she wanted the Suns to win. Her favorite team was actually not the Phoenix Suns. No, they were number 2. And I think number 3 was like the Utah Jazz. But number 1 on Mom's list no longer exists. Okay. And Mom's favorite player was not Gary Payton. It was, she liked Derek McKee a lot, but her favorite was Rain Man. Yeah. He's handsome, and man, could he dunk. Ooh, and he's a handsome feller. Yeah, she thought he was very handsome, and man, could he dunk, and he had a great body, right? So she liked Sean Kemp, and Mom, he's awfully young there, mother. Yeah, it was Vic, yeah. Okay. Vic was like 20, and my mom was in the 40, yeah. I was like, holy crap, I'm sitting there watching the playoffs on TV. It's like, my mom's in the next room having sex with Vic Hall. I went and played basketball. I don't think I'll watch it. I think I'll go play. Okay. That's not fun. It's not fun at all. That's why it's like, man, we really need to, if it was your parents, that's kind of different. You'd be like, all right, Mom and Dad, sparking the flame, rediscovering those cool nights. Let me hold you by the firelight and flex stuff, It's going to be a forest ranger instead of, a couch climber in L.A., right? And so I was like, yeah, that'd be cool. Like when Amy called me a pervert when I had the mirror next to the bed. She goes, you got to take that down. I was like, but Dad and Mom going to sleep in here. Yeah, Dad to enjoy the view. Oh, yeah, Earl, that's horrible. It's like, I think he still likes, I hope Peter still likes having sex with his wife. I intend on still enjoying sex with my wife when I'm their age. And if the mirror's by the side of the bed, it's like, damn, you as fine as ever. No, I'm not. I'm fat. Maybe to you, but not to me. It's, oh, yeah, and I look like, shit. I look like fucking Frank Zane here, yeah. No, I'd never look like Frank Zane. I'm not that excessive or compulsive. When I got in the good shape that I got in 2016, I was a $185, guys. I started training and I started doing the thing. I'll do the pyramiding stuff, I'll be Anatoly, And the little voice in my head said, why? Positioning, speed, and quickness. Who's the fastest? Who's the latest? It's the greatest. Yeah, he can carry a 35-pound kilo mop, but My dopamine and adrenaline goes off through my key and my cheese. Like, dude, just clean the floor. I'll save the children from rape and incest and mass murder and all that shit. You just clean the floor. You clean the floor. If you need to move any of the weights in here with one hand to embarrass all the rest of the guys that are excessive and compulsive to keep mopping the floor, you just keep mopping the floor. Not Joseph. I'm like Joseph. When I clean the floor, it's so you can see yourself on it and see what you're pretending to be and say, I'm not this shell. The glory of the soul is not reflecting through me because I'm not being a faithful lover. Like the story about Solomon and Sheba when she wouldn't shave her legs and she was trying to be the man and replace the man with her because she knew better than the man because she could tell the dick what to do. And then when she couldn't tell Solomon's dick what to do, she got mad and came in with hairy legs and all that. You're attracted to me now? I have hair all over my legs like a man. Are you attracted to me now? Even more than before? Well, then go shave your legs and come back when you grow up, girl. Basically what Solomon told her. What happened? Sheba went home and shaved them legs, girls. Yes, she did. I know something about love. You gotta want it bad, Imagine, because you gotta understand, that was my boy, with the African girl. So he's like 6'5", hung longer than Steven Tyler. Broody, it's my boy, one of my boys, so you're going to get Dulang. I have a lot of traits like their grandpa. He's a soft-spoken guy, also sweet and kind of shy. Yeah, but then again, it can't shy. He's not shying away. He's just sizing you up. He's watching you. I did it too. I'm not always talking. I'm one of the best listeners in the history of the world. That's why I'm the Messiah. But I watched everything. I didn't ask blah, blah, blah if she was 100 proof. I'm not like Bismarcky. I sit there and I watch her. Okay. Why do you think I had a crush on Sandy Martinez? Because she was nice to people. I still had a crush on Yolanda Ray. Well, she was nice to people, Are they anti-bullies like Rhonda Jones and Peggy Pettis and Michelle Pettis and stuff, and fun and nice to people and didn't bully people and stuff? So, I knew who I liked. And there's a reason for the show. I wanted the same. Michelle Chavez was cute, okay, but she was a cheerleader and she had a little bit of uppityness in her. And I was like, damn, I wanted to like her. And then Connie Williams, I think it was, she was pretty and part of the debate team and stuff. But she had a little bit of that Professor Hendricks shit in her, and I wanted to like her and get to know her better. But you watched her and the way she treated other people. I was like, no. Because at first, like the little girl at Eastwood with the hand, at first you're just infatuated. Okay? You can't help yourself. Right? When you walked into the room, there was voodoo in the night. Do, 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 do. I was captured by your style, but I could not catch a vibe. Now I stand here helplessly, hoping you'll get into me. I am so into you, I can't think of nothing else. Boom, boom, ba, boo. It's just that, it's only the thrill of boy meeting girl. Opposites attract. It's physical, right? And she's right. What's love got to do with it? Love isn't a secondhand emotion. Love is the beauty of all emotions. If there is no love, there's nothing good to emotions, right? In the words of a broken heart, right? And so, oh no, I can't sleep anymore, baby. Oh no, I'm going crazy with love, which is one of my favorite Commodore songs. Anybody else like that? Roland passed away. Yeah. He was the bass player. He was one of my favorite guys on the band. He always had this big smile and a just happy attitude to be doing what he was doing with his buddies. Anybody else particularly fond of Roland? The bass player from the Commodores? One guy put the video out and said, he passed away. And I was like, oh man, he didn't get an experience. You got Charlie Pride, y'all motherfuckers took Lou Brock, y'all motherfuckers took Hank Aaron, Aretha Franklin. How many people? Nida mía no quiero saber. Don't get to feel the rapture before they pass away, Wake up all you doctors, make their old people well. They're the Uncle Frank, Aunt Francis, but they're the ones who suffer. Yeah, Aunt Francis was mean. Life made her that way. I like Charlie Pride too. Make the old people well. They're the one, yeah, they don't have soul very long for the judgment day. So won't you make that? And once you die, bam. It's too late for people to change that judgment, to say, oh no, I think Adolf Hitler and Himmler went to heaven. Well, they're making a place better for white people who think they're better than everybody else because they're dumb enough to judge people by the color of their skin instead of the content of their character. Deep dop diddly doo, I'm dumb as fuck, how about you? Let's do big projects. They're always doing big projects. When Joseph told Pharaoh, here's what you got to do, and they save the grain, they save the people. But Joseph knew, I can't stop these motherfuckers. Every motherfucker before the motherfucker, after the next motherfucker. The only motherfuckers, the two motherfuckers that didn't want to leave this great legacy of destroying Egypt, okay, are the boy king that got killed by his mean auntie because he wasn't badass enough. And that was Tutankhamun, who was a very cute kid, right? And a very kindly kid. And he probably, I don't know if he came before or after the Sun King, who was the relative of one of the descendants of a man called Moses. Moses had lots of wives and stuff. And he tried to get, that's the one that, do you remember the time we fell in love? That Michael Jackson fancied himself to be more related to in spirit, which I believe him. Because he has that more kind of nature. He's a kind kid. He doesn't want to be bullied. He doesn't, he wants everybody to have fun. Let's just have water balloon fights and get some machine gun water Uzis. It's hot outside. Let's go out and have fun. That was Michael. Pillow fights and, no, that was Michael Jackson. And it wasn't trying to hurt nobody. It was water balloons. Machine gun, water gun, Uzis, not even don't want to play, maybe laser tag, because that's fun, running around shooting little kids like they're lemurs. They're cute. They're so funny. They're trying to be sly, but they're not. They're really cute. But, and then, laser tagging and, paintball, because paintball hurts. Stuff hurts, but laser tag, oh, they got me. It's funny, because they'll get you too. Because they hide really, so they're little, they're tiny. You ever played laser tag with kids? They're cute. They giggle a lot, so they give away their position. They're funny. You just try. I'm gonna let him go. He's too cute. I just can't do it. I don't have it in my heart to go. They're so fun. Oh, they're good. Oh, we're laser tagging. We did that at Great Beginnings. They were so cute. And you have to take it easy because, damn, Earl, I know I'm too good at this kind of stuff. I understand. It's all about having fun. Oh, you got me, you little stinker. You didn't hear him coming. Oh, no, I could not hear that giggling whatsoever. You knew it was coming. Here it comes. None of these kids are going to be John Wells Proof. Praise the Lord, right? None of them are going to be old Sirhan, and everybody, they can't get you to do anything you don't want to do. If I was Sirhan, I would have committed suicide before I shot Robert Kennedy. Because I wouldn't trust the people that had me shoot Robert Kennedy. I would have just killed myself. And it makes you wonder how many people they tried to get to do it before they got to him. It's a bunch of tribal, sexual, egomaniacs. Not. He was probably the first one. Like most of you. Yeah. Where's the gun? You want me to Jackson the Pollock? You bring it to you. You better know how to use it, Mr. Sniper. Otherwise, And if I feel something or whatever and you miss, okay, that gun is going to be your death instrument because I'm going to kill you. So you better run away. That's what I told them all. Now, I'm dealing with scientists that use science projects, and there is no game, and I don't have a game plan. And life's eternal and grace is infinite. And truth can exist without lie, but lie cannot exist without truth. It's not a question of if quantum computing, understands the perfection of the truth of the faith of Messiah. It's when and what it can do to protect all life and living from those. So if I can't fuck her, nobody can fuck her. You understand? You got people, guys. The moment you put stuff into a Freon factory that kills the people in there, they're okay. Well, we'll just replace them with robots, and then you're gonna, you're not being a responsible global citizen when you hold needs hostage and use robotics to distribute the needs to the responsible global citizens that accept you as one of the great responsible global citizens. That's insane. A robot could figure it out. Okay. Your technology doesn't work as good as me. It doesn't work as good as the eternal reflection of Jesus or Muhammad or Haile Selassie or Sun Yat-sen or Ditiro Suzuki. You're more like Chiang Kai-shek and Mao Zedong and, all those little turd bags, little red book motherfuckers. They give you a little red book before you go mass murder people. And it's a New Testament, But you get all those people, the Old Testament is terrible. It's like the Old Testament. Where in the Old Testament does our Messiah get sacrificed by a bunch of pagans that can use a popularity contest to declare their leader God and then use money to get us all kill each other because our God says so? Where in the New Testament does it? The Old Testament is horrible. What Nebuchadnezzar does, what Pharaoh does, because there's 500,000 of them and there's 1,500 of us, right? So the Old Testament's terrible, but in the Old Testament, there's some integrity there because it turns into a pissing contest to them, and there ain't no pissing contest. You win. You got a bigger dick. You win. You can piss farther, Aunt Ruth, in the second round, right? Does anyone know how to mount a whale? Okay, so you know what I'm saying? So you get these people, right? And they don't understand. When I made that earlier, about how you still crush on Sharon Wright when you're engaged to Yolanda Denise Gilliard, and you still crush on Miriam Delegro Montalvo, right? You got to be like Hal Linden. That's why that pretty black woman in the Players magazine said you know how to crush on Hal Linden because she watched the show and that hot woman picked up on it. He lusted only in my heart. All right. So far, I've only lusted in my heart. I have a daughter and I have a wife, and I want to be. But then there's nowhere to hide. Since you cast my love aside, I'm out of my head. Hopelessly devoted to you. Hopelessly devoted to you, right? And you got to understand, when you look at life logically and you look at life eternally and you understand the devil and Satan and you understand the Christ and the angels, the Messiah and the angels, that, it was hard being King David. It was hard being Lord Saladin and Muhammad and Abraham. When Hagar doesn't have any suitable men in her village, in her family, to marry that are like Abraham, so her children will grow up to be like Abraham. And she tells this to Sarah, and Sarah goes, "Oh, you poor, beautiful, sweet, wonderful girl." Sarah's a pretty girl, a pretty girl who married the best guy. And then this Arab mother comes up and says, "Can, my daughter Hagar be, And then the mom and the daughter have a plan to get away from the macho men of the Arabs. But you're just going to have to, And I think Sarah's not producing any sons for a reason. Because she wants Abraham to marry Hagar to save her from those macho bullshit mass murderers of the Strait of Hormuz and the Gulf Wars and all that shit, right? They sure are fun to look at. They sure are gorgeous, Sumero John, but they suck. Their dick is God's gift to women. They're the most gorgeous dancer in the history of the world, the most gorgeous singer they're Engelbert and they're Humperdinck. They're Tom and they're Jones. After the loving, I'm still in love with you. And they say that to all the girls. And if you are a prostitute in a brothel, Umar Ojan, he'll pay money to have sex with you, but he'll never take you to the palace, even though he tells you he will. He won't. Because his mom and his dad and all the hypocrites in the first self-righteous church where the squirrel went berserk. Who's a church lady? Who's a real church lady? Will you please stand up? Knowing damn well that they're being saved by Jesus and their self-righteous profited arrogance is the same thing like that comedian that came here to town. She goes, "You're all sister Christian now. I saw you lose your virginity on the steps of an elementary school." Right? And then if you tell their kids, "It's not true, he's a liar." I'm a liar, right? And I'm a pervert because your church members came into my house, sexually manipulated and assaulted my family with technology and money. And I tried to protect them and they tried to protect me, but we couldn't be allowed to be like Abram, Sarah, or was it? No, it was Abraham and Sarah, yeah, because Abram and Sarai are two different people. It's a continuation of spirit. It's two different stories put together in one, turn it into a comic book. Then they lived to be 873 years old when God loved us more than he loves us now. Life's eternal and grace is infinite. Anytime the book has been turned into a comic book, you can guarantee yourself that the devil and Satan did it and God is for real and that it was just my imagination running away with me. I tell you it was, and they're still doing it now. Okay, meta centers and data centers and data centers and data centers. And then the people are trying to be good. It's like, okay, well, let's put together green energy so the people can be more independent from the grid and the old school fuckers, but we're still fuckers, but we're new school fuckers. If you try to be anything that doesn't resemble a fucker, all the fuckers will kill you. Do you understand? See why I don't hate Jeff Bezos. See why I don't hate Martin Heinrich. Don't hate Deb Holland. Don't hate Michelle Lujan Grisham. Don't hate, what's the other crazy lady's name? They all do that underhanded bullshit. Okay. The liberals just do it differently than the conservatives. The conservatives do it to do agendas that are very vicious. You know, if you don't do like I say, I'll lock you up. Okay. The liberals, why can't an enlisted man get in on some of the gravy? Well, the lady that you're trying to marry and make all this money off this marriage, she has tuberculosis and she can't pass the physical to go to the United States to make money for you and get in on some of the gravy. Okay, that's from MASH, right? A brave man wants request of me, right? What's to be or not to be? And I said, why ask me? Okay, when a brave man requests of you to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, say, thank you for believing in me. You're welcome. Okay, he's awesome. I know. I'll be here until further notice, right? But life is eternal and grace is infinite, right? And so, and what really pisses you off is when you connect to Max and Enemy's mommy, right? And you think about someone to help you survive and keep your your sexuality still going so your prostate doesn't shut down and you die from depression, right? And then she gets all mad, why don't you use me? Okay, I thought about it once or twice back in 2013, but being that it's 2026 and you're still making romantic comedies with guys who spend more time in the gym and less time standing up for him, what we gonna do about him? You know, go fuck Casper Spartan, get out of my face. You know, that's how you get. You get like that. You turn into Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice being voiced by Ted Neely, you know. None of you cares if I come or go. How can you say that? How can you not? You know, you don't care if I live or die. You don't give a damn. You give it a lot of lip service and you give it a lot of window dressing. But none of you fuckers will stand up for Lord's Prayer with me to save your children from being fuckers like you. And don't say that's not true. You know how pissed off I am that Max and Amy are like Amy's kids, and most of them don't want to have kids. And Patrick, I want to have kids. I don't want the kids to be tortured the way I'm tortured by all these assholes. Okay. You think it would be better for Max and Amy? They're Mark Anthony's and Jennifer Lopez's offspring. Okay. Emmy's got a career in the bag to be the cute sweetheart, just go exercise with your mommy and be, she's not as hot as Ariana Grande, but she sings better. Oh, she's got her daddy's voice. And all that stupid shit that people say. It's like, she's very empathetic, she's very caring and very kind. She's very much an anti-bully, and she could sing about it. And if she wanted to, she could write songs about it. But they would make people want to commit suicide, so she doesn't. Wow. I learned the truth at 17. That love was meant for beauty queens. Right? People will go listen to those songs, these dreams. They'll sit in a closet. They'll wake up in the morning. They'll talk to the person. They'll take a .22 rifle and they'll stick it in the roof of their mouth because they don't want to join the army and kill poor people for rich people. It happens. You find a family that's not like your family that wants to go to the bar and just die at the bar because you don't want to be told what to do, and you don't want to live freedom, because freedom is anarchy of a bunch of psychotic bullies that command you to go murder for what you need. Death, murder, kill. Death, murder, kill. Strap on. Go get it. Go kid them. Go kill them. Go stop all those criminals. We need criminals to be heroes. We're the Antichrist League. Right? It's horrible. So, guys, life's eternal and grace is infinite. That's why should true love be? So that's why it gets to, hey, you, what you fucking for? Don't you know you don't need money to get in the door? Why is everything got to be so? Because life's eternal and grace is infinite. And when you deny faith in the glory of grace and you don't forgive debt and trespass, love one, eternal fulfill peace, you keep coming up with limericks to pay your bills. And isn't it ironic? And yeah, I really do think it's like rain on your wedding day. It's a good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought or figured, right? It's like meeting the woman of your dreams and then meeting her romantic comedy, bodybuilding, Grammy-winning husband. Hey, look, it's Da from the Lord of the Rings. Man, he's gorgeous. He's a musketeer. Stop being a fucking bitch-ass musketeer and stand up for the Lord's Prayer, bitch. Okay? Do you understand? The first time ever I saw your face, I thought the moon rose in your eyes. I wanted to look like you so I could get a slow ride from the coconut's mother, right? Right, Luke? Right? Right? How many more products do we got us held hostage so you can sit there and watch Africa, Deadly River, Hippos versus Crocodiles, River Battlefront? Like and subscribe now and share. It helps me more than you'll ever know. Animal Company, Ultimate Memes Compilation. I'm a disturbed person who has access to technology that can invade your house and manipulate you with make-believe money and a credit score. And then you'll have your daughter online having to pimp herself out for sexual fantasies to guys like me so you can pay your bills. Hi, I work for Dairy Queen and NASA. I love you, all right? Don't forget Taco Bell. Right. You think we should be more like King Solomon? I don't believe in your Bible because God told Saul to kill innocent people. Okay, Saul told Saul to kill innocent people. The Lord told King David to protect innocent people from Saul. Okay, better call Saul and find out what the fuck's wrong with him and if he's taking his antipsychotic meds. Okay, peace out.